Hey everybody, it's Josh Mall, the voice with Swimming Pool Science, and I'm here with somebody pretty special. Now you don't get to ever see him too often. In fact, you guys have never seen him at all, but he is the other half of Swimming Pool Science. This is my good friend, Thomas Ballog.
How are you?
Today, we're doing the video. My pool tech was only here for 5 minutes!
Breezing through like nothing got done.
And how to get along with your pool guy. So that's the name of the game today, Tom. And you know, you and I have been in this situation, we've been in this game a long time, where you get customers that are unhappy, and really this is how do we deal with our customers that are unhappy, and how do we help the customer kind of have a little bit of a different perspective to know whether their pool guy really is trying to do their best, or maybe they should start looking for a new pool guy.
Right. Are they accountable? Did they do the work they said they were going to do, or did they just breeze through and splash and dash?
So Tom, let's dive straight into the question here, because we've got 5 pages of content to get through here in about 10 minutes of this video. Why was my pool tech only in there for 5 minutes?
How dirty was the pool to begin with?
That's right, because you're paying for the job. You're not paying for the time.
If your pool guy's good at what he does and he's done it good every week, he could be in and out of there in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So are you paying him to clean the pool, or would you rather he sat back by the equipment and checked his Facebook page?
Another reason, you know, they may have had to run out and grab something. They may have forgot something. They may have not have realized that they were going to need soda ash at the job that day, and they may have had to run back, get that soda ash. So they may have already been by the job, and all they have to do is come back and add whatever chemical that is, or maybe just take care of that one little thing really quick, and they've completed the job.
Or maybe they were there the day before and they just forgot some tools. Maybe they forgot their test kit back by the equipment, or maybe they forgot to leave you a skimmer tagger and notice that they were there.
Yeah, another reason is they're straight up ripping you off.
That's true.
Right?
Maybe they are splashing and dashing, which is a common thing.
Yeah. The big thing to take away from this is that the swimming pool itself doesn't lie. You can go and look in those baskets. Are there dead leaves still in the baskets, and bugs and worms and stuff? Was my pump basket empty? Skimmer baskets, all that stuff.
Right.
What does my surface look like? Is there still dust on the steps and the walls? You know what? Maybe take a water sample down and check it yourself, or take it down to your local mom and pop pool store and have them check it.
Which isn't a bad idea, because most guys on a weekly route, they won't test things for cyanuric acid stabilizers or phosphates. That's not an average thing that a guy will check every week.
Yeah, absolutely. It certainly never hurts to get some of that additional things checked yourself. But that's really going to answer your question. If you work for a company and you're not sure. In fact, we had one of our colleagues in the West Valley dealing with this today, where he gets a text message. Hey, such and such, your text was only at my house for 5 minutes, and it looked like he really didn't do anything. And he came back and said, well, I'm looking back at our logs, and it shows our tech was there for about 15 minutes. I know you have a really, really straightforward pool that generally stays clean all the time. I'm confident that he did it. And she's like, I was watching the whole time. I really feel like he didn't do it. But what I liked about this is, both from a customer side and the pool service business side, is that the conversation was kept civil. There really wasn't any jumping to conclusions or assuming anyone was trying to rip anybody else off or take advantage of anybody. It was a very civil conversation. I think what my colleague came to the conclusion of was he's going to follow up with his pool guy. He's going to go behind after the pool tech on next week to really go through with the homeowner to make sure everything was done was step by step. And if it truly was, then that homeowner is going to now understand, well, okay, there's going to be those times where my pool doesn't take very long. I need to just relax. I don't need to worry about it. I can trust these guys. I can be comfortable. Or the pool service owner is going to say, looks like I need to pull this guy and have a talk with him, because he's scrimping a little bit on service and it's affecting my bottom line with my customers.
Right.
So it's important. Any number of things could be going on, but the biggest thing is the pool doesn't lie, and communication is key. So keep that in mind, guys.
We are lucky. I mean, here at Swimming Pool Science, we do have the pleasure of using Pool Track, which keeps our guys accountable. They use a GPS stamp when they check in, shows what chemicals they've put, what the chemical levels were when they arrived, and obviously they can notate whether they've checked the skimmer baskets, checked the pump baskets, brushed, if they had to vacuum that day, backwash, and all this comes in on a timestamp, and we receive it here at the office, and the customer receives it as well.
Yeah, we can see what's going on in real time, and there's
Right.
never really a time when we can say, to one of our clients that they call, oh, I don't know if our guy was at your pool or not. We can say he was here from 12 to 12:45 or 12:30 or 12:15. This is what he did. This is what it looks like. Customer may come back and say, well, I think I'm still seeing a problem, and then we can say, all right, let's come out and take a look for ourselves and see what's going on and get to the bottom of it. The pool doesn't lie, you know
Right.
that. You know, if a pool guy scrimps on his job, it's
You'll
just
see it.
you're going to see it because there's going to be stuff left over, and there's no disputing that. You also be able to tell a customer right then and there, like, look, your pool is clean. We've hit everything we said we cleaned in the report. This is let's dive further into this and figure out why you're not happy with service, because we are doing the job that you are giving us money for, and we're completing that job 100%.
Right.
Tommy, a few other things to kind of help where the homeowner can really kind of help facilitate on their end a good, positive relationship with their service tech and their pool company. Some other things I'm thinking about is like access, you know, about getting in through gates, pets, things like that.
Correct.
You know,
If the dogs are out, sometimes the dogs aren't that friendly, customers.
yeah.
They might be friendly to you, but they're not friendly to a guy holding the pole, trying to heft around a couple tablets of chlorine in a basket.
Yeah, that reminds me, Tom, because if you remember, we used to take care of a pool for a local self-help guru here in Phoenix, and he's got a big German Shepherd,
Right.
And I remember specifically him saying in his East Coast accent, you know, this German Shepherd he's cool, he's friendly, he's a puppy, he likes to play, he'll mouth a little bit, but then there was the day where he tried to take a chunk of my ankle out, and you know, so homeowners, one thing you got to understand with pets is that they may be the sweetest pets in the world. They may be wonderful, but you know, your pool guy, if he's seeing any signs of aggression, it's just best to keep that dog locked up.
Right.
That specific day.
Play it safe.
And that's really on you. You know, gates. If the your pool guy can have a key to any locked gates, that's always really important. It's important to ask how he's going to keep that key secure, because that is the key to your backyard.
Correct.
You want to make sure that's secure. So it's important to provide access for your pool guy. If he shows all the way up to your pool and he can't get in, then you better believe that you owe him for that visit still, because he did everything he could to get there and do everything in his power.
Correct.
Yeah. You know, what about a net on your pool, like safety barriers? You know, a pool net, things like that.
Yeah, that does take time to take all the hinges off, the anchors, obviously to loosen up the wire that holds it down tight.
And some customers are really good about on pool cleaning day, they're going to remove that net and save you the work.
Right.
So that's really appreciated, and that's certainly going to save you money if you've got a barricade or some kind of cover like that. If you get that pulled off on pool day. Along that same note, there are a fair amount of pool companies that if you have a net on the pool, that service tech will not service your pool if there's a net on it.
Right.
And they take that liability of you know, if they touch that net, then they share any little bits of responsibility if there's an accident after the fact, and they take that very seriously. They may not service your pool, and it might be 100% your responsibility to deal with that net. And we kind of deal with that on a case-by-case basis. We have some customers where it's on them to take the net off. We have other customers where we've raised the price accordingly to compensate for the time, and we handle it. Our guys are really good about making sure that net goes back on. What are some of your pet peeves, Tom, when you walk into a backyard and you know, you guys can see the background. This is Swimming Pool Science headquarters here, and it's a pretty straightforward, nicely landscaped yard. And this really is like, if you're going to come walk into a backyard and clean a pool, this is what you'd like to find. What are some things that just leave you shaking your head when you find in the backyard?
Let's say the landscapers came through and they cut down all your bougainvillea. And some landscapers don't pick up after themselves. They'll let all the stuff fall in the pool, and so then your pool guy's stuck cleaning it up. Which, yes, it is partly their job, but you know, obviously if I'm cleaning my deck, I'm not going to blow everything into the pool and expect my pool guy to clean it up. I'm responsible for that. So.
And what about backyards where they don't have landscapers, like nobody landscapes ever?
Well, the pool reflects the backyard. So obviously if you maintain your backyard, then your pool's going to reflect that. If you don't maintain your backyard and it's overgrown with weeds and dog mines all over the place, eventually that stuff's going to end up in the pool.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not that if your backyard looks like mine, that your pool guy's not going to do his best and give 100% of your backyard. But when a pool tech walks into a backyard and they see a nice yard, it definitely raises the standard that little bit. There's just a little bit of something that gets that pool tech to work that little bit extra. The other thing is that it's just less stuff to get in the pool, right? Between visits, because a pool is only as clean as when that pool tech leaves the gate, leaves the backyard.
Right.
That whole week. After that, it gets dirtier and dirtier until he comes back. So, keeping junk out of the way, cleaning up after pets, cleaning up after a party, emptying
Picking up
baskets,
pool toys.
emptying baskets between visits, things like that. That's really gonna make your pool tech smile and look forward to taking care of your pool. And
Right.
doing
They'll
an
make
extra
the
good
effort
job.
to keep it the same pace as it's been.
Yeah, certainly. So once again, good access and just doing your part to kind of upkeep and keep things tidy in the backyard. No one's saying that it's got to look as immaculate as Swimming Pool Science headquarters here, but do your part. Do your part to kind of take care of that backyard, because it definitely affects the mood and the mental state of the pool tech when they are in the backyard.
Right.
So, how about this one, Tom? Here's a scenario for you, and I will play pool owner, and you play pool business owner.
Okay.
So I called and I texted my pool guy at 8 p.m. on Sunday or Thanksgiving or Ramadan or God of Medicine's Day, and he didn't get back to me until the following day.
Shocking. Shocking.
No pun intended, right?
Right. Yeah. We're human. So if you deserve the day off, I'm sure your pool guy deserves the day off, especially holidays. So
Yeah. We're not Domino's Pizza. We are not the emergency room. We are not police. We are not fire. We are not the army. We are men and women with families
Right.
and hobbies and interests, and
lives.
we have
So-
appetites and sleep needs and downtime needs and blowing off steam needs and things like
Right.
that. So it's important to keep in mind especially if your pool guy is a one-man operation, he just has his little cell phone and he's giving you his personal cell phone number. Think twice before you send that text at 10 o'clock on a Sunday night to your pool guy. That text can probably wait till morning.
Now, if you know it is a business line, because obviously we have received text messages, phone calls from places as far as Africa, thanks to some of these YouTube videos. There is a time change, and we understand. So obviously I'm not going to call that person right back if I get it at 3 a.m. I will call back on my accord during our business hours during local time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
and because
it happens, and it is a business line, so
Yeah,
ours is listed.
because we have a business line, what's great about it is, and yes, it does come through to our cell phones, but it's set for certain hours. So from about the hours of 6 p.m. till about 7 a.m., all those messages go straight to voicemail. They're logged. We have them. So in a case like ours here at Swimming Pool Science, if you call 602-456-5545 after hours, it's no big deal.
Right.
You call my personal cell phone or you text my personal cell phone after hours, it's just not going to get responded
Right.
to.
And it's the same as if you call every 20 minutes for 5-6 consistent calls at a row, it's not going to make anybody call back any faster.
Yeah, and there is a queue and a line. We did actually have a customer ask us if he could skip the line and we could just take care of him. And this was a customer we've had for all of 1 month,
Right.
versus some of our customers that we've had for 20 plus years that,
Right.
that you and I started cleaning in high school for, that we
Right.
still have. Like, I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. But let's touch on that for a minute with communication, because let's face it, we're all working. We're trying to do. Some of us in the pool industry are one-man shows. Some guys may not have a Tom that's there handling billing and invoicing and the taxes and things like that. He may be the only guy there is, or maybe his wife does the books on the part-time, or her husband does whatever. If your pool guy isn't getting back to you in a reasonable amount of time, that's going to be a red flag right there.
Right. Right.
A day or two at most.
There is
really
good
should.
customer service.
But the point is certainly give your pool technician just a little bit of slack. Maybe put yourself into their shoes when you feel like you've got a problem and that is an emergency and it's got to be taken care of right now. And what's the deal? I called /texted /emailed my pool guy an hour ago and I still haven't heard back from him. What's going on? Give them some slack.
Right.
Put yourself in their
Respect.
shoes. At your job, do you want if you're a doctor, you want the nurses bugging you every hour about a certain single patient? If you're a flight attendant, do you want this passenger hitting his call button every 5 seconds about this, that, or the other thing? It's really what it comes down to is putting yourself into your pool tech shoes. Certainly, if he's not communicating with you enough, that's a red flag. It's maybe time to start shopping and start looking. And speaking of emergencies, we touched on, the term emergency has come up just a few times. Let's qualify what emergency means. Thomas and I are the owners of Swimming Pool Science. We are certified pool operators. We can balance water chemistry, we can empty baskets, we can optimize the valves in your plumbing, we can turn your water from green to blue.
Calculate the volume of water you have in your pool.
Swim in your swimming pool. We can do just about everything except for walk on water. Tom, you have about this much medical training, this much fire training.
Right.
I have about, well, my wife's an ER nurse, so I just vicariously through her I know how to put a Band-Aid on. But a real emergency involving a swimming pool, you don't dial 602-456-5545 to take care of. You dial 911. We are not qualified to take care of an actual real pool emergency. Now,
that being said, what is a pool emergency?
Well, to me, a pool emergency is someone drowning or getting severely hurt.
Correct.
That is a real pool emergency. Now, something that may be a serious pool matter is your pool is draining, your pool is overflowing, you've got water spraying everywhere. So it's important for you as a homeowner to understand how to shut down two things on your pool. You've got your water source. If you have an automatic water fill, you should know where that is.
And your power source.
And your power source.
Your pump off.
How to flip those breakers to off. After that happens, your pool guy can handle it in a timely manner.
Right.
That's as close as you get to a pool quote emergency that you would call your pool guy for.
Right.
But it's really simple. It's a matter of getting in touch with your pool tech, talking to him or her about how do I shut this pool down if you're not available. If at Sunday at 10 o'clock at night I hear water spraying and I know it's not raining, what do I do until you can get here and fix that? And have your pool guy, have your pool tech walk you through that. Take video so that you know you can refer back to. And that's a great way to be able to handle that stuff so that it's done, it's off, it's going to be fine until your pool service, your pool tech, your pool company can come and handle it in an appropriate way. What we're kind of getting at is that communication is really key here.
It is, as everything.
It's important to communicate in such a way that you're civil. Your pool guy should be civil with you.
Right, respectful.
If you have questions, your pool guy should be able to answer those questions. And if he can't answer those questions, that may raise some red flags. Maybe he's not paying attention enough to your pool. Maybe he really doesn't know as much about pools as they claim they do. And that maybe you need somebody that's got a little more experience, a little more knowledge about the pool industry and what the heck they're claiming they're going to do for a living. Conversely, Tommy and I, who have been in the business for a long time, we've been burned a few times, haven't we?
Plenty of times.
Yep.
But it's interesting to see how much you lose at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Financially.
Yeah.
So
if your pool guy is consistently cleaning your pool and you have not paid him in several months, you are stealing. You are taking food out of his children's mouth. You are stealing. Stay up on your pool bill. Communicate. We've had some customers that have gotten behind and they come back to us and said, you know what? I'm going to have to suspend pool service. It's going to take me a while. Let's communicate and figure out how I can get on a payment plan and make this right with you guys because I feel really bad. This wasn't my intention. We've had other people that have just stopped calling us and changed the locks.
Right.
Remember, this is a two-party agreement where you, the customer, are willing to trade money with someone who is so good at swimming pools, they do it for a living. Each person walks away with something that they wanted, either a clean pool or money in their pocket to buy groceries. If either party isn't receiving a good value, they can break that agreement at any time. So communication, and remember, the pool doesn't lie. Thanks for watching, guys, and if you're in Phoenix, give us a call.
Have a good day.